One night, a black cat suddenly crossed his path. Its eyes were sparkling like pearls in the dark. Without thinking, Nadir immediately picked up a stone and threw it at the cat. Startled, the cat darted off towards the nearby graveyard. In reality, Nadir was returning home on foot from his friend's birthday celebration, which wasn't far from his house. Later, he recalled his mother's advice never to harm animals unnecessarily, and he felt regretful. The next day, his grandmother suddenly fell ill, prompting his parents to visit her. Left alone to prepare for exams, Nadir found himself at home. Suddenly, rain began to pour. The clouds had been gathering since morning, and the rain that started in the evening had now turned into a full-blown storm. His father called to say they'd be home in the morning. Alone in the house, during a sudden power outage, Nadir found and lit a candle. Not long after, there was a knock on the door. He opened it to find a strange old woman standing there. "Who are you? And how did you come in this storm?" he asked. She chuckled mysteriously and replied, "Actually, my memory is weak. I've forgotten the way to my house. I sought shelter in this storm and planned to leave at daybreak." "All right, come inside," he said, somewhat puzzled. Just then, lightning flashed, and an eerie light filled his eyes like fireflies. "What are you looking at?" she asked, peering at him. "Nothing, I just thought your eyes were sparkling," he replied nervously. "It must be the lightning you saw," she said, smiling, and then slowly proceeded forward with the help of a cane. "Make yourself comfortable here," she gestured towards a room. "All right," he said, turning to see her smile as he left. Suddenly, rainwater started dripping on his head. Wiping it away, he found it was blood. Shocked, he ran to the bathroom to wash his hands. His eyes seemed to burst open. Blood was flowing from the tap. "Where is all this blood coming from?" he muttered. Just then, the old woman appeared again, handing him a cloth, saying, "Take this to clean the blood from your hands." "But you were inside." "How did you know there was blood on my hands?" he asked, astonished. "I was thirsty and came to drink water. When I saw blood on your hands, I brought you this cloth," she explained, then returned to the room. He started cleaning the blood with the cloth when thunder roared loudly, and lightning flashed again. Looking up, he was alarmed. A fearful face appeared before him. He quickly turned to his room but heard a cat's meow. Turning back, he saw a black cat sitting on the wall. He was just looking at it when suddenly he felt a hand on his shoulder. Turning back, he saw the old woman standing there. "Why are you still standing here?" she asked. "There's a black cat sitting on the wall." "I was looking at it," he replied. "Where is it?" "I can't see any cat," Nadir said, and indeed, the cat was no longer there. "You should go to sleep now, it's quite late," she suggested. "Yes, you're right," he said, bewildered, and walked back to his room lost in thought. As he lay on his bed trying to sleep, but sleep eluded him. Terrifying faces, blood, and the black cat kept appearing before his eyes repeatedly. He closed his eyes tightly and tried to sleep. Suddenly, he heard a noise as if someone was jumping from above. He immediately jumped out of bed and ran outside. In the courtyard, the same black cat was there, its eyes glowing like flames. As he watched, the cat seemed to grow taller. His eyes widened in astonishment. The cat began to make strange noises, slowly approaching him, then suddenly leapt at him and clawed his neck fiercely. He screamed in pain. Suddenly, he woke up. "Oh God! It was a dream," he said to himself. Then he felt something prickling on his neck. He immediately touched his neck and was surprised to find blood on his hand. He was trying to figure out what was happening when the old woman entered the room and asked, "What happened? Why are you making noise? I can't understand what's going on." "Something is wrong since you arrived," he said after a brief silence. Then, he shouted, "Tell me the truth, who are you?" The expressions on the old woman's face changed as she smiled mysteriously. Then suddenly, her color changed. She turned completely black. Flames seemed to shoot from her eyes. Suddenly, she transformed into a black cat. She spoke slowly, "Yes. Understand the truth. I am someone else." He shouted in fear, "What do you want from me? Why are you following me?" "The black cat you threw the stone at, that was me," she said, meowing like cats. "You hit me with a stone, and now I'm here to exact revenge," she said, approaching him. Nadir backed away, frightened. When the witch appeared, she stopped where she was. "Give me that stick," she said. Then she picked it up and ran out of the room. She immediately ran after him. The storm was still raging. Suddenly, he saw the cane that the old woman had brought with her. He grabbed it. Where the witch was, she stopped and said, "Give me that stick." Then she quickly put on the cloth the old woman had brought to clean the blood from her hands. She immediately picked up the cloth, wrapped it around the stick, and set it on fire in the kitchen. Now his hands were burning with the stick. Seeing this, the witch began to retreat. As Nadir approached her, the burning stick touched her body. He saw flames coming out of his eyes. Suddenly, a heap of iron fell from the sky. The story emphasizes the importance of empathy and caution in our actions. Nadir's impulsive act of throwing hay stone at the black cat leads to a series of eerie and unsettling events during a stormy night. The tale underscores the consequences of our choices and the need to treat all beings with kindness and respect, even in moments of fear or uncertainty. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.